Well, my name is Amy Bain. I grew up in the Chicago area, but I currently live in Knoxville. I am the Senior Director of Data for Tennessee Achieves. So I work with a lot of our student data with the state and with the colleges. And I went to Johnson University in South Knoxville to complete my bachelor's degree. When I was a senior in high school, thinking about where I wanted to go to college, um, growing up, college was just sort of always the next step for us. I was the first person in my family to graduate with a bachelor's degree. Neither of my parents went to college, and so they understood that that was an important next step. And it was just sort of the idea that that's just the next thing that you do. And so I was excited for a couple of reasons thinking about college. I was excited for a new adventure. I decided to go to college out of state. So I was excited to move with some friends and embark on this whole new life and do all these brand new things. But I was also really excited just to learn new things. I always did enjoy school, and to me, college was just that natural next step. My college journey was a little unusual. What normally takes students 4 to 5 years to complete a bachelor's degree took me about 13 years. Like I mentioned earlier, when I was in high school, I grew up outside of Chicago and I wanted to do something different. And I decided I wanted to move to California. There was a private college out in California that I wanted to go to. I had a friend that was going out there. And so we decided to move to California after graduating high school. So I took a year off to move and establish residency. And then I started at that private institution. I went there for 2 years. And during that 2 years, two things happened. I changed my major twice, and I ran out of money. Private schools are very expensive. And even with some financial aid help and a few loans, I was still struggling to pay for that college. So I stopped attending after my second year of college and took a little bit of time off to evaluate what I really wanted to do. And at that time, I decided I wanted to go into cosmetology. I wanted to do hair, work in a salon. And so there was a community college close to where I lived that offered a cosmetology certificate. So very similar to the program that our TCATs offer here in Tennessee. So I went through that program. It was a 2-year program. And I got my cosmetology certificate and then tested for my license. So I did hair for a few years, but always in the back of my mind, I knew I wanted to finish my bachelor's degree. That was something that was sort of just left hanging from the first college that I went to. So a few years later, I moved down to Tennessee. And when I came here, I decided that it was time to complete my bachelor's. So I found Johnson University and I joined their management of nonprofit degree program. And so I finished my bachelor's there. So the college choice process for me initially was, again, about an adventure, finding something new, finding something different. I really enjoyed the college that I attended. And then for the other two colleges, it was more about what I wanted to major in. They offered the programs that I wanted to study. So those were the big deciding factors for me when I was initially choosing a college. I think my why has changed in that I understand the value and the importance of education, I think, on a deeper level than I did when I was 17 and 18. Even when I decided to go back and get my degree in my mid 20s and complete my degree in my mid 20s, it was no longer just the logical next step. It was a specific choice for me to continue getting education, to be qualified for a career that could be rewarding in helping people. Working for a nonprofit is the best job I could have ever imagined, and one that I didn't necessarily see myself in when I first started in college. And so as I was making that decision to go back to school, my why definitely changed, because it was not just about the education and the adventure. It became more about how can I best equip myself to help other people.